Hey guys, welcome back. This is the 7th video on verbals. And in this video, I want to talk to you about those verbs that are followed by infinitives and gerunds that have little meaning in change or not change at all, whether you decide to use the infinitive or gerund, right? And I want to talk to you about also those verbs that can be followed by infinitives and gerunds, but you will observe differences in meaning. So, for starters, I want you to check the list in the textbook. You are going to find an illustrative list of these verbs that allow us to have either an infinitive or a gerund with basically no changing meaning in the sentence. Here are some examples. Now, Andrea continues to surprise her parents with her uncanny wisdom. I can say Andrea continues to surprise, but I could just as easily say Andrea continues surprising her parents with her uncanny wisdom. It doesn't matter. The technician continues working for the same company, or the technician continues to work for the same company. No one dreaded facing the firing squad more than Venustiano, or no one dreaded to face the firing squad more than Venustiano. And another example, I dreaded to ask for a raise, or I could simply say, I dreaded asking for a raise. All of these cases, yes, whether you use a gerund or an infinitive, they are acting as direct objects. Now, let's talk about those verbs that are affected in meaning whether you use an infinitive or a gerund. Okay? It is important to master these differences to ensure language accuracy, right? It's what I was telling you. It can make a big difference. It can transmit a totally different idea whether you use an infinitive or a gerund with these particular verbs. So you want to be careful with this. You want to learn these verbs. You want to learn as much as possible about them so that you don't make this kind of mistakes. So in the following slides, I'm going to show you some important illustrative cases. And here we go. First, let's talk about sensation verbs. Sensation verbs like see, feel, hear, right? They can be used with an infinitive or a gerund and the meaning is affected somehow. So we are going to use the sensation verb and then we are going to use someone or the name of the person, right? Plus the base form or the gerund. Now, base form. What is the base form? The base form is basically a bare infinitive. What is a bare infinitive, you ask? A bare infinitive is a verb that has lost the particle to, but remains having the same meaning of the infinitive. In other words, in Spanish, it remains having the ending ar, er, ir, right? Now, sensation verbs plus a gerund, yes, a sensation verb plus a gerund transmits the idea that the speaker witnessed some of the action another person did. Some of the action. For example, Yanira heard Michael speaking on the phone with his wife. Yanira heard Michael speaking on the phone with his wife. That means that she heard part of the conversation. She didn't hear all of the conversation. Another example. I saw the janitor drive off in the manager's car. I saw the janitor drive off in the manager's car. If I use the infinitive, it implies that I saw, that I witnessed the whole event. Okay? I saw the janitor, or maybe I was hiding somewhere and I saw the janitor turn on the car. Yes? Take it out of the parking space and drive off in the distance. I saw all of it. Another example. I can hear someone talking in the next room. Now, this is a very particular case. If I use can or could, I always use the ing form. I don't use the base form. Okay, that is a rule we should follow, and it has to do with the use of this modal, either can or could. So I can hear someone talking in the next room, and that's for sensation verbs, guys. And here we have some more verbs. These are also some interesting cases: forget, regret, and remember. Now, if I use forget or regret or remember with an infinitive, I am going to get a meaning, and if I use a gerund, I'm going to get a different meaning from my expression. So, forget plus the gerund tells you that you did something, okay? You did something, but you forgot about it. So what you use in the gerund is the something that you did, but you forgot. And forget plus the infinitive means that you did not do something. In other words, that you forgot that you had to do it and you didn't do it. Then we have the verb regret. Regret plus the gerund implies that you feel sorry because you got in trouble for something that you did. Okay? You feel sorry for yourself. Regret plus infinitive expresses sympathy for someone else's problems, for someone else's tribulations. So if you decide to express your sympathies for someone who has unfortunately lost a family member, then you should use regret plus the infinitive. Because if you use regret plus gerund, it means that you feel sorry, but because you did something that you shouldn't have done. Then we have remember. Remember plus a gerund. When we use remember plus a gerund, it means that we are thinking about something that happened to us, right? We are reminiscing. Yes, we are reminiscing. To reminisce is to think about the past, right? Usually in a nice light. Good memories, that's what I mean to say. We are remembering good memories. And then remember plus the infinitive is more like a reminder not to forget to do something. Okay? Here are some examples. Pierre forgot to mail the package. I am using forget with the infinitive. That means that Pierre didn't do it. So like he was walking to deliver the package to the mailbox, but then I don't know, maybe he saw an old girlfriend of his, and he started talking to her and he got distracted. He was very excited to see her after such a long time, and then he did not put the package inside the mailbox. Something like that could have happened in this case. Check this other example. Vladimir forgot putting the fish in the trunk. Now it stinks. So maybe Vladimir went fishing, right? He went fishing and he got most of the fish in the co-pilot's seat, but there was no more room, and then he left 1 or 2 fish in the trunk and he forgot about it, and then now it stinks. So he did put the fish in the trunk. Get it? That's what the ing means, that he did it and he forgot he did it, right? It happens to us, I guess, from time to time, like we did something, right? And then somebody has to remind us that we already did that. Celeste regretted to tell Oscar about his father's passing. That means that she felt really sorry to break him the news, right? Oscar, I'm sorry your father passed away. Now, I am going to take just a second to talk about the importance of knowing the exact meaning of the words and phrases that we are using and the context with which we are using them. because if you are careless with the use of, say, idioms, you might end up making a terrible faux pas. For example, if imagine that Celeste is breaking the news to Oscar that his father passed away, and she tells him, "Hey, Oscar, I am sorry, but your dad kicked the bucket." That is highly inappropriate, highly insensitive. Okay, so we gotta be careful with this, right? It is not a very nice thing to say, and that will happen because we don't really know the language very well. So remember that yes, mistakes are going to happen in the use of a new language, but we gotta be as careful with it as possible, because it might have very negative consequences for us or for somebody else. The children regretted telling their mother that they broke the TV instantly. They regretted instantly that they told their mother that they broke the TV. Why? Because they got in trouble with her. The second that they told her, "Mom, we're sorry, but we broke the TV," maybe that moment she got her belt and she started hitting them, right? I don't know, possibly. Another example, this time with remember. I always remember to lock the door at night. That means that I never forget to do it. I always remember to lock the door at night. And if I use the ing, it means that I did something and I am thinking about that something that I did. I still remember walking around the New Delhi streets. So I'm thinking about my time in India when I was walking around those streets, right? I can still picture this experience in my head, right? I still remember walking around the New Delhi streets. Okay, guys, and we are going to continue discussing some more cases of infinitives and gerunds followed by... we are going to continue talking about some more cases of infinitives and gerunds when they are used after some special verbs that provide a difference in meaning, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video.